Hello. Okay, so wow, my hair is not done today. I got a pimple here and here. I'm wearing a plain t-shirt, you know. So anyways, I wanted to do another how-to video because it seems like you guys like those, and I often get asked how to do certain things. So for today's how-to video, I'm going to be doing my eyebrows. I'm just going to show you guys my current eyebrow routine featuring the products that I currently use on a daily basis, like my current go-to eyebrow products. So if you want to see how I do my eyebrows and what products I use, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you guys in for this one so you can like see my actual eyebrows. Ew, I'm so sorry you have to be this close to me. So yeah, my eyebrows are microbladed. I don't know if you could see that. They're a little bit faded. I do need to get a touch up. Let me show you. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see the tattoo versus like my eyebrow hair. But anyways, my eyebrows are naturally very thin, and that's because I decided it would be a great idea to pluck them like Pamela Anderson thin in high school, and they just never fucking grew back. So that sucks. So if you have big, thick, bushy eyebrows, even if you have a freaking unibrow, just leave it alone. Don't touch it because it might not grow back, okay? And I would give anything to have like a caterpillar on my face, but I don't. I have this shit. So anyways, yeah. But I do love my microblading, especially for when I don't have makeup on, because trust me, my eyebrows look way better than they do without microblading. Microblading helps me so much. And it also helps as like a guideline for when I am filling in my brows, because it kind of just, you know, gives me like something to go over or like to follow. I got my eyebrows microbladed by Jen Boyd, who is an amazing microblader. I do need a touch up, like I said, because it is a semi-permanent procedure. If you're curious who microbladed my eyebrows, her name is Jen Boyd, and look her up on Instagram because she's just freaking amazing. But anyways, let's jump into this eyebrow tutorial. So the first product I like to use is this one right here. This is Benefit Cosmetics Ka-Brow. This is kind of like a brow pomade. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It is just kind of like a brow gel or like a brow pomade. It comes in this little pot. It also is cool because if you pull this, it does come with a little angled brush. So it's perfect for travel because you really only need these two things and they just go together. So cute. I love this packaging. And I am using shade number 2. This is just kind of like a taupey blonde color. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to take a spoolie and just kind of brush through my brow hair. I like to brush my brow hair up, and then I like to dip into this little pot with my brush and just get a tiny bit of product onto the brush. Not a lot, just honestly like hardly any. And then what I do is I like to start like here. I don't like to start at the front of my brow because I want this front part to be nice and light. So what I like to do is start like right about here. I just kind of like to line the bottom part of my brow, and I'm just following the shape that is already there. So using this little brush from the Benefit Ka-Brow, I just like to go in and start right here, not in the front, but right here, and I just go and line underneath my brow to about there. And then I kind of like to manipulate the shape of my brow a little bit. My tail is a little bit faded, so instead of it like kind of curving down like it does, I like to make it go a little bit more straight out. So how I do that is I just take that line under my brow and just kind of draw it, flick it out like that, just a little bit. And I don't really want my tail to go out that far. Just kind of wipe away that. And I understand that you can still see this area right here, but when I go to clean up or carve out my brows, we can hide that with a little bit of concealer. Okay, so now that I have underlined my brow, I just did one line just right under my brow. I'm going to take whatever product is left on the brush and just really lightly underline, kind of just define the front of my brow. I'm doing this with a super light hand and I'm kind of just flicking it back. I don't want a harsh line here in the front. I want that kind of like gradient effect here in the front, so I'm making sure that I'm being super light-handed and gentle, and I'm just flicking this back, and then I'm gonna flick the brush up just a little bit. And throughout my whole brow process, I like to take my spoolie and just keep brushing the hairs upwards. It kind of helps to diffuse the product a little bit, as well as keeps those brow hairs going up, because I want my brow hairs to be up and not down, for right now anyways. Now I'm going to take a little bit more product onto my brush and start working this arch right here. So because of that microblading, I kind of already have like a guide to go on. So I'm just going to really lightly go over kind of just like what's already there with some product, and at the same time I'm going to also define this tail, and then I'm going to work my way across the top of my eyebrow with whatever product is left on this brush, because like I said before, I do want the front area of my eyebrow to be not so harsh. So just really lightly going in up here. And then as before, kind of just combing through the hairs with this spoolie. And this looks like a bald spot right here because it is, and we're not there yet, so just wait. So next I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now that we have a nice little base laid down, I'm going to clean up the shape with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And this little concealer brush right here, I'm sorry, mine is kind of dirty. But I got this out of like a really cheap eyeshadow palette. I don't even know what eyeshadow palette it is, but it works great for concealer and cleaning up your eyebrows. I'm just going to take a little bit of this Shape Tape. Mine is in the color Light Neutral. So I'm going to take a little bit of this onto my concealer brush like so. This stuff is amazing, this concealer. I'm sure everybody already knows that, but I'm just going to remind you that it is amazing and a little bit goes a long way, so you really don't need that much, okay? So what I like to do is, again, start underneath my brow and very carefully I start carving out the shape and just kind of cleaning up the edges of my eyebrow. See that? It just kind of makes everything look super crisp and sharp, and it just kind of cleans up any, you know, areas where you messed up, or maybe some stray hairs that you haven't plucked, whatever. It's just great. You just clean it all up. But you want to make sure that after you carve out the brow, you want to drag the product down your lid so you don't have like a harsh line from the concealer. So I just drag it down onto my lid like so. And then I take my Morphe E8 brush, which I like to use to buff out and blend my concealer, and I just blend that onto my eyelid, and then wow, look at that, now your eye is primed and ready for eyeshadow when you're done with your eyebrows. Now if I am not happy with the work I did up here on my eyebrow, or if I feel like it needs to be cleaned up a little, I will do the same thing the top of my brow. I will go in on the tail and just kind of clean up that shape just to sharpen any lines or anything like that. I'm going to be taking my Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4.5. I like to take this first with the spoolie end because there is a spoolie end and the pencil end. So I just like to brush the hairs up gently, and then notice here where I kind of like added to the brow shape where I don't have hair. So the color that I used for the brow gel is a lighter color. It is not as dark as my brow hair, and the reason I use a lighter color is because my hair is very blonde, so I don't like when my eyebrows are like super dark, and they already look dark, and this is not even that dark of color. But anyways, so I use the lighter brow gel, the Eyebrow, to just kind of make like my initial base, my shape for my eyebrow. And then I like to go in with this Precisely my brow pencil and just kind of fill in those areas super lightly with like hair-like strokes so they don't look like I'm missing hair there, I guess. I just want to deepen those areas a little bit so it appears as if there's hair there as well. And then I like to do that in the tail portion of my eyebrow. So just really lightly using like flicking motions and making hair-like strokes. See how that just kind of blends everything a little bit? I do not do this throughout my whole brow, just in the areas that need it. And then a little bit in the front to just kind of create some hair-like strokes there. Voila. Moving on, I'm going to use my Gimme Brow in shade number 2. I freaking love Gimme Brow. If you've never used this before, you need to try it. It's just like a volumizing tinted brow gel, and it has this little tiny brush right here. You can use this alone too and your eyebrows will just look so much better automatically, but it just kind of coats your lashes and your eyebrows, and it just makes them just fuller, and it's just an amazing product. I like to use this just to kind of thicken up my brow hair, so I just take this and go through my whole eyebrow. I like to focus it more on the tail portion, and this just makes the hair appear more dense and fuller. It makes it look like you have more eyebrow hair than you really do. It's just truly an amazing brow product. So I just brush that through my brow hairs and kind of comb them in the direction that I want them to stay also. And last but not least, I'm going to be taking this 24-hour brow setter gel, also from Benefit Cosmetics. This brow gel is clear and it is freaking amazing. It is like hair gel, but for your eyebrows. This just keeps them in place all freaking day long, and it's almost like glue kind of, because I feel like it gets really hard. I don't know, it's just like, it's like a hair gel for your eyebrows, and trust me, once you apply this, your eyebrows are not gonna move. I want my eyebrow hair to stay going a certain direction, so that's why I love this. If you don't care if you have like sporadic brow hairs, then maybe you don't need this, but for me, I want them to stay going in a certain direction so it maintains this eye shape that I work so hard, or this eyebrow shape that I work so hard to achieve. So that is why I'm going to use this, and the brush is just awesome. It has like longer little bristles on this side, and then on this side really short tiny ones, so I just feel like it's a great brush for applying this product. But anyways, so I just comb this through my brow hair and then brush them into place. I brush them in the direction that I want them to stay, because once this dries, your brow hair is not gonna move, girl. It's gonna stay in place. So yeah, if you're looking for a good, sturdy, strong brow gel that is not gonna let your eyebrow hair move, you need this one from Benefit, because it's freaking amazing. And this one is just clear. So that is it for my eyebrow routine. This is the end result. A pretty polished and beautiful eyebrow, very defined and pretty bold. I like to do a little bit more of a thicker brow. That's just my preference, but that is it for my eyebrow routine. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you were able to learn a few things, and let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section below. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye!